Good morning, magandang umaga, mayap abak, as we say here in Pampanga, mayap abak. Beautiful day this morning. Humidity is nice and low, so it doesn't feel as bad as it is. Nice 85 degrees today. Starting out another Monday. Today is build day number 65. So we got most of the workers on site already. A few of them will be showing up a little later. Again, primary focus is still on the attic floor slab, as well as starting to find and locate the pitches and angles for the trusses. The angle iron and the purlins will come later. What you see here in the window, this is Mr. Jojo. He's working on some of the cornering for the windows. Showed you those a couple days ago. They take the extra mortar, put it on the inside, and it evens out the edges around where the hollow block was or is. So they'll keep working on that. Other than that, in the master suite, they are continuing to do the plaster coat on all the walls in that area, and we'll watch as they get going. Looks like they're getting ready to get started some as well on the outside of the building. So we'll keep taking a look. Actually, I believe they are going to start putting up the hey, welcome back. Mr. Alex, he hadn't been here for quite a bit. He wasn't here at all last week. So they are going to start with the roof beams. Now that they know that they're up to the correct height as far as the hollow block goes for the walls, they're going to start putting the roof beams, which is going to look similar to the lintel beams that they did across the way. So it's going to be a little bit of rebar with the stirrups on it. Going to be another beam going horizontally to help spread the load and also support the load from the roof coming down. So that'll transfer the load from the roof through the beam and into the columns, so it goes down to the ground level. Alrighty, I think that's about it for this morning, and a lot of me babbling. So let's get started. Inside, we're doing some more cornering on the windows. Mr. Tuck is roughing in some more electric. We're in the dining room now, so take a look through, see where the rest of this stands. I don't believe I saw any of the plumbers on site just yet. They may show up a little later. Okay. So yes, looks like that area of the guest bedroom, the guest side of the house is complete for the moment. All right, let's go look over on the master suite, see what people are doing on the master suite. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Plaster coating. Mr. Ben, he's working on getting the depth for the plaster coat set. This is how the plaster coat finished up from what they were working on Saturday. Mr. Jericho's back in the closet, picking up where he left off on Saturday. And bringing him some more mortar to keep working with. The welders made it in. They've set up some scaffolding up in the attic floor slab area. This is the half bath where they're at. What they're trying to do, they're getting ready to locate the other beam, or the other upright that looks like this one over here on the other end of the attic floor slab, the attic area. They're trying to find the two topmost points of the roof ridge. So yeah, they measured it on the plan. They measured it on the wall here on this side wall, and now they're gonna locate it up on top of the roof. So it takes a lot of measuring, move it a little bit, remeasure, try to make sure you're still in the right spot. And then a little later, once they do set something up, I'm gonna go with the drone up on top and just to look at it from a bird's eye view to make sure that we are getting a straight roof line, a straight ridge line. Don't want this big pretty house and have a crooked roof. So we'll take a look and make sure it's all straight in the right locations. All right, we're gonna take a quick walk around and see where everybody's at. Look like they're making some more mortar for the guys that are doing the plaster coat. So taking the sand, put it in the buckets. They'll add that into the mixer, add in the cement, a little bit of water. That's what they're using for the plaster coat. Up on top, they're putting in some of the initial just kind of rough guesses for, or rough estimations, sorry, they're not guessing, they're doing measurements and estimations for the trusses, the tops and bottoms of the trusses. So that should be the top of the roof ridge. So they're taking a look at it. The engineer is going to be out a little later this afternoon to take a look and see if things are in the correct spots. Okay, let's walk around and look some more. Trust me, that's not final. These are intermediate steps to verify where we're at. Buddy Jojo over here is still working on the cornering of the windows. Okay. On this side of the house, got 3 guys up here on top, and they're starting to put the roof beams together. So we got June, Marvin, and Alex. This is Alex and June's first day back to the job. So they're using 12mm rebar with 10mm stirrups. Once they get all that formed all the way around the house, they'll start, get those fabricated, then they'll start forming it, and they'll pour that concrete along with the columns that were remaining and tie all that into the roofing system. It'll all tie together. All right, let's go back into the front and see what the guys are doing in the master suite. I think right now most of them are waiting on the mortar to come in so they can continue plaster coating. All right. The electrician, Mr. Tuck, has been doing the rough end for the outlets in the dining room. There's another one there. and he's already got the got the hollow block cut out to where he'll be able to chip those out and continue with the rough in for the conduit underneath. All right, they're holding a little meeting. Make sure they're in the right spots for the trusses up above. That's good. I like to see that. That means they're going to make sure they're right before they keep moving. All right, back here on this side, this is looking into the master suite. Looks like Mr. Justin's getting ready to move the string line down to get his depth correct for the next half of the plaster coating. So he started up top, got that all done rough, and then smoothed it out. Now he's getting ready to continue down with the lower half where he doesn't need the scaffolding. Let's go do a little post-lunch walk around. See our welders are working on the initial layout for trusses. So this is just guidelines for them right now. If you notice, I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but there are actually, it's just purlins strung together with wire ties, so no welding been done yet. They're just checking the heights and locations for everything, so getting it all in the right spot. And once they get the locations and the sizes right, then they'll come back and measure the whole thing and start cutting the angle iron to the right size. Of course, they're doing a lot of this too, so that when the engineer comes by later this afternoon or tomorrow, he's able to view it and verify it. Make sure, this way he has a little bit better visual to take a look at. Looks like Mr. Jojo is still working on the cornering for the windows. Still working on the electrical. All right. Whoops. Somebody left the hose on, huh? Hey, looking good. What these guys got going on here. That's one of the roof beams in place. All right, and we're still working on the corners and the sides of the walls. You guys here are working on putting up some of the purlins to use to try to find out where the trusses are going to go. This is just an initial visual look. I am almost even with where the top of the roof ridge is going to go, right at about 29 to 30 feet above ground level. On this side of the wall, on the side of the house, we have some of the guys working on the roof beam, fabricating the roof beam with the rebars, the size of which is basically the same as the beams were that we were using for the lintel, as well as the let's see, sorry, trying to walk and talk at the same time. Alright, get away from my neighbor's house. Okay, so that's okay. These guys are still working on the roof beams. They'll end up doing that across all the outside edge walls. And from this side, I'm going to stop for a second, come back up. This side, we don't have the metal purlins in place. You can barely see it here in the middle. We've got, here, let me fly up a little closer to it. We've got string line. Nope, still can't see it. We got string line there. You just can't see it where you're at. It's too thin to be able to pick up on the camera. But okay, let's go ahead and continue looking the rest of the way around the house, and then I'll do a big circle around from up above. Go ahead and come back down and see what these guys are doing. You can see some of the plaster coating on the inside there. And again, the top of the ridge that they're trying to find. These guys are putting this all in place, just trying to get it in the right spots. You can see it's kind of, the purlins are kind of tweaked. That's a lot of weight over a long span. Looks like that one buckled, so they'll end up redoing that. So Alright, let's go ahead and go up a little higher and I'll give you another shot.
At the request of one of the subscribers, I have included here a couple of photos showing what the final product should look like.
Last walk around for the afternoon. You guys have been working on the angles for the truss pitches. This is the pitch of the top pitch of the roof. So they've been working on these most of the afternoon, most of the day actually, on this northern face. So this is the north face of the building. So again, this is just to help visualize. The engineer is going to be by probably most likely tomorrow. It's already 4 o'clock today, 4:15 today, so I'm assuming he's not going to be here today. So they'll take a look at that and take a look at it tomorrow and see how it goes. Let's go look around the front and see what people are doing around the front edge. Again, it is 4:15. They are starting to wrap up. Also to note, if you notice, the video is a little bit more jiggly than it has been in the past. I upped the frame rate so that the pictures are actually much clearer and crisper. However, it took off the stabilization. So until I get my GoPro 8 working, this GoPro 6 doesn't have the same stabilization in the gimbal that does. So at least it's got a good picture, and we're seeing what people are doing. So this is the dining room and bedroom number 3 that are getting the cornering finished. So it looks like Mr. Jojo is getting ready to do just get it set up. So he'll work on that tomorrow, but he's going to do the finished setup today for the cornering. And it looks like he finished the one for the dining room. Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, they're working on here, and it looks like they've already moved out of the master suite a little bit. Some more plaster coating, different areas. So they're kind of hodgepodging, jumping around from one area to the next for these. Today they worked on this wall over here as well as this one here in the master suite. They also did this wall top and bottom today. Looks nice. So let's see what else we got going in the master's bath. So we're still working on this. This is where the bathtub and the shower are going to go here. He's leaving it with a rough finish because they are going to end up coming back behind and doing the tile work over the top, so it's got a place for the adhesive to grab onto. Now if you do notice something new across the top, we have the roof beam being put into place, and they're continuing to work that, and they'll work that all the way around the exterior edge of the building. And then Mr. Jericho here is working the eastern face of the walk-in closet. Looking good. All right, looks like they are starting to get ready to do some more plaster coating, and starting in the office as well as over here in the dining room. And the electrician is still roughing in some of the conduit. Looks like he may have moved on to a separate area though. All right, I'm gonna go look around some more, see if I see anything else to show you guys. All right, it's just about yabba dabba do time. The guys are just starting to wrap up on this second Monday back to work. As you can see over my shoulder, they have been working primarily on the north face today for the trusses, and finding the roof pitch, location for where the top of the roof ridge is going to be. Inside, they've also been working on the cornering for the windows, as well as the plaster coat in the master suite. So I showed you guys that earlier. I may have showed you once or twice across some of the videos. They have also completed the roof beam along the southern face of the master suite. So that's the first thing they got completed today as well. So most of it's coming together very well. We'll keep on continuing to see how things go and watch them as they progress through the work through the rest of this week. Like I mentioned at the tail end of last week, the objective is to be able to pour concrete for the attic floor slab shortly after the 15th of June. So mid-June we should be able to pour that, which means we should have some other gravel showing up here soon, so that they can continue to put fill and gravel and get the floors up to grade and get them compacted, ready to go. So that's what we're looking at for the next couple weeks. If you like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the Casa TexPina star in the right hand corner here, and you'll be subscribed. If you'd like to be notified when our next video becomes available, hit the bell icon just below the screen. While you're just below the screen, please leave us some comments. Let us know how we're doing, and share with your friends. All right, until the next time we see you guys, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.